pressure coming into the game to perform as dominantly as you did?
No. The only pressure was just that, we needed to win a game. It didn't matter where. Obviously, we love coming over here, but it didn't matter where. We just needed to feel what winning feels like again. Proud of the guys, proud of the coaches for the way they, we worked this past, 10 days or so over here, and good way to finish this little run.
Coach, when you go for it on 41 and you don't get it like that, often we see a potential shift in momentum from the opposite team. Obviously, they went back down the field to score. Did you speak to Trevor before he went back out on the next drive and the team? And if you did, what kind of message you put out?
Yeah, situations like that, it's going to happen. I was just to go back to the decision. I mean, I was riding the momentum of what we were doing leading up to that point. Our offensive line was really taking control of the game at that point, and I felt like just putting it in their hands one more time, get the first down right there, and potentially ice the game at that point. But they went down, scored. We get the ball back, and you still got to play football, and that's just the message. You still got to continue to play, and we were able to do that. To go down and we ended up taking a little time off. We punted the football back to them. Defense did a great job, and then of course from the 10-yard line able to punch it back in. But you just got to play for 60 minutes. These games are never over, and that's always going to be the message.
What did you see from Tank this Bigsby today, and just the way he ran the ball? Is that kind of what you need from your team, where he gets an opportunity and he really does take it?
He's done a really good job for us. He going into the season, behind TJ, and he's earned the right to be out there. He's earned an opportunity, and he did a nice job today. Ran hard, ran tough, as they say. Ran behind his pads. I thought the offensive line did a great job for him. Tight ends, blocking and things of that nature, but. He did the rest. I think he had went over 100 yards again today, and just a great effort.
Coach, what kind of message do you echo to the team after a win like that here in the UK?
We've got to duplicate it. We got to duplicate the energy. We got to duplicate, what we did over here. This week of practice has been one of our better weeks of practice, and we've got to be able to carry this all the way back and do it again. I mean, that's what this league is. It's a short-term memory. You just try to go 1-0 each week, but I thought the guys really handled themselves, professionally while we were here, for the 10 days.
Coach, how happy are you with how your offensive rookies have developed? So Tanks had a great game, but also Brian had a fantastic game as well. Are you happy with how they've progressed in the league?
Yeah, these guys have really, proven, their worth. Obviously, their draft stock and things of that nature. You look at what Parker Washington did on that punt return. Obviously, he's just one guy. 10 other guys had to do their job. They did a great job there. Brian Thomas, I think each week he just keeps getting better and better. And he and Trevor, have had a really good connection going. It's something we got to continue to find ways to, scheme him open. I thought Press did a nice job, this week in doing that and getting him, some balls down the field, as well as Christian and Evan, and everybody had a hand. So, but that's what it takes, I think, to win these games. Is it, it's not just one guy. I think the ball has to, be spread around, and it was today.
In your time with the Jags, have you had a more complete quarter than the second today?
That was pretty complete. I think it was 22 points, right? I mean, the way we started the game, both sides of the ball wasn't what we wanted. New England came out and obviously scored, got up 10, and then we finally answered. But it was a complete quarter, but again, you're going to have those. So you're going to have a quarter like that from time to time. They're not always. Every game's not going to be like that. But it was good to see. It was something that we hadn't had this year, and it was good to see.
Coach, we haven't seen many kick return touchdowns in this new format. Washington got one today. Is that something you guys saw in film, or is it a case of big-time players making big-time plays in big-time games?
Yeah, this dynamic kickoff is, is different week to week. Probably not. I think a couple weeks ago it was 30% or less balls were being returned. It's a hard play. It's difficult, and guys are too good, and you don't want to risk that return, and but again, each week is different. There's going to be weeks where we're going to kick the ball off, and there's going to be weeks we're going to put it out of the back of the end zone. So we take a look every week and see what's best.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about
Gene.
the team kind of bounced back in previous games? Things weren't going well and faced some adversity. It did seem like you guys handled it well. You had a 10-0 deficit, and for the next 20, 25 minutes, played pretty close to a perfect game.
Gene, and this is what our team can do, right? I feel strongly that if we play like that, that's what we're capable of. Now, is it sustainable over the course of 60 minutes? It's not going to be sustainable. I get it. The other team is just as good, but again, we got in a situation where we were down. We were down 10, but nobody was like, here we go again, or defeated, or had negative thoughts. It was just one play at a time. We'll work ourselves back in it, and offense went out, and we showed the complementary aspect of the game today. In all three phases, and that's what it. The spark that hopefully can get this thing going.
With the 2-point conversion, Coach, was that just an opportunity to try something out in a real-time scenario, or was that something a decision that you made just to go with the momentum?
No, those are thought out. I mean, situations like that where there's a penalty on the defense, on an extra point, you get the ball at the 1 yard line. I mean, it's a way to get an extra point, right? 2 points. And so, no, it wasn't something we just were trying. It's definitely planned and executed well.
Okay, couple more. Last week against the ground game, had a bit of difficulty getting going. Was there an emphasis that this week in practice on getting that going? And we also saw Brian Thomas on the ground. Is that something we could see more of that as the season unfolds?
As far as Brian goes, we try to find ways to put the ball in his hand, right? And to answer your question, yeah, we'll try to find unique ways, to get him the football where he can run it, but obviously he's better, down the field. But and then the run game was just something that, look, it's it's a mindset to run the football in the National Football League, and it takes a lot of people, not just the offensive line. It's the quarterback getting us in the right run. The 5-0 linemen being on the right page, targeted right. The tight ends are involved, even receivers going in and digging out safety. So, just thought today was a complete game. Obviously, we'll take a look at the tape on the way back and make corrections and learn.
Coach, you mentioned the dominant running game today. With Tank's performance in particular, when Trevor comes back from his injury, is that a position where Tank may be taking the majority of reps going forward and might be RB1?
I don't think so. I'm not a believer I should say I'm a believer where injury doesn't replace your position, right? I think you have to have a fair competition. For us, we're blessed to have two really good running backs right now. And when Etienne comes back, he's just as explosive, just as good, just as powerful. And it's still his job, but Tank has done some really good things. And obviously we're going to continue to find ways to put the ball in his hands too, because he's a little different runner than Etienne is.
Coach, thank you. Thank you.
You want one?
Sorry, just a small question.
Yeah.
For international football players out there, you see the game is growing. We have another record today. You see the international game is growing. As a head coach, you have some small class of players out there that want to make it to the big league.
Don't ever. You can't. Don't let people say you can't do anything, right? You got to believe in yourself. Give yourself an opportunity. Be seen. And your work ethic is gonna go a long way. A lot of these players in this locker room, that's how they grew up, right? They grew up with an opportunity to play this game as a young player. But obviously now, with the international pathway, there's more opportunities for players to find themselves on NFL rosters, and we have to continue to develop the sport, I think, globally, because it just makes us a stronger league overall.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Do you feel like this game, being down 10-0, that you guys did exactly what you wanted your teammates to do, and that is not be fragile, but come back, boom, boom, a touchdown, and then punt return for a touchdown?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great job today of dealing with the adversity. I mean, every game you're going to have some momentum swings every week. So I thought we did a nice job of, they scored early, and then we ended up punting on our first possession, and then they went and got a field goal. And offensively, we just knew we had to settle in and just get some points, get some positive plays going. And we were able to do that, and we scored. And then I felt like after that, our defense really settled in. So that's how you play complementary football is, settle in early like we did in second possession, and then our defense was able to really pin their ears back. And once we got control of the game, I thought we did a nice job of offensively of keeping those possessions really long. I think we had I don't know what the stats were, but it felt like we had some really long possessions that chewed up a lot of clock, and we can do better on scoring on all those possessions. I know that one turnover on downs down there and inside the 15 or whatever it was disappointing to us, but I thought we did a nice job of using the clock. We ran the ball great today, so that always helps.
Trevor, earlier in the week, I spoke to you at the Grove about your relationship with guys like Brian Thomas and Bigsby. Both guys have had big games today. What would you say changed from last week to this week?
Just with the whole team, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. This sport's kind of crazy. I don't know. I mean, I think that we had a great week of prep. This season though, we've had good weeks of practice and not played well on Sunday though. So I won't say that that doesn't always mean that you're going to play really well. But it makes it easier. It's hard to if you don't have a good week of preparation and practice. So I thought we had a good week of preparation. I thought that just the energy of practice was good. Guys were having fun. Obviously, it sucks kind of where we were at, and haven't won as many games as we wanted to win. But we had a lot of fun. We competed, and I think just being around your teammates like that helps. And we picked each other up, and obviously, the real fix is being able to go play well on Sunday, which we were able to do today and get a win. That makes us feel a lot better. So.
Can you take me through that play where you let the ball go deep to Brian Thomas? What did you see when you decided to let it fly?
They were in basically a cover 4, quarters look, and safeties were low, and that was honestly the look we were wanting for that play. And we had another option if that wasn't the coverage and the situation. But Brian did a great job of just running at the corner, keeping outside leverage, and just running. And then I'd put it out there and let him go make a play. It was a great catch. He's good at that. He's been making a lot of plays for us. So it's fun to watch him. It's fun to play with him, and just to see him get better every week. We got to keep using him.
Trevor, you just became the NFL London Games all-time passing yards leader. Given all of your experience playing over here, how at home do you now feel in London?
Feels great. This is my 4th year being over here. It's always, it's better when you win, that's for sure. I've done both. So it's a lot more fun when we win over here and we get to go on the flight home and enjoy it. And that flight back is not very fun after you lose. So I'm excited for that today and to just be able to enjoy it and soak it up for a few hours. But being here in London, you guys are awesome. Welcome us. The fans are amazing. I mean, what a crowd today. And every year it's like that. So we appreciate it, and you guys treat us well, and we enjoy being over here. And obviously it's pretty unique. When I first got here, it was something that it's just an interesting deal, something I never really thought about doing. And then being over here every year, it really does feel like almost like a second home, and a place where we really do feel more at home here than a lot of other teams do, I'm sure. So we appreciate you guys.
Even though you set your own records today, even though you set your own records today from Saturday, obviously your team at Parker Washington has also set some franchise and international records.
I heard.
How pleased were you for him with that?
Man, just so happy for him. We've seen him make those plays, whether it's preseason or even sometimes in the season. He's been close to breaking some of those. But for him to do it in a big moment when we really needed it, get some more points on the board for us, really flip the game, give us all the momentum, it's huge. It's a huge play when your special teams can make plays like that change the game. It's critical. And just for him, that's a guy that he's a great player, and receiver. We have a lot of great players, and so it's been tough for him. Not speaking for him, but just from he maybe hasn't gotten some of the opportunities that. He is a great player, and he can make a lot of plays for us. So to see him get the opportunity on special teams and to take advantage of it, that just it makes me happy because I know how hard he's worked. And obviously we have a lot of great receivers, and the camp he had and all those things, he maybe hasn't gotten to have the impact maybe that you expect going into the season. But for him to be able to make that impact on special teams, just happy for him. He deserves it. He's a really hard worker, and I'm really excited for him.
Trevor, when looking ahead to your next couple of fixtures, when you see the Packers, how important was it to get that win today when you're going up against teams with Super Bowl aspirations?
Yeah, we just gotta. Maybe it sounds bad. Just stop the bleeding. For us, is just get on track. We gotta find some momentum, and we gotta start rattling off some wins. It's just where we're at, and that's always the mindset. But especially where we're at now, we don't have any more time to waste. Put ourselves in a little bit of a hole. So it is what it is. We've been in this situation before. We know what we have to do, and we know we have some tough teams coming up on our schedule. But also saying that it's the NFL every week. Even if it's a team that isn't looked at as a Super Bowl contender, anybody can beat you any week. I've experienced that, been on both sides of it. My rookie year, we didn't have a great year, and we beat the Bills, who were a Super Bowl contender. We beat them like 9-6 at home. We beat Indy the last week of the year. We were 2-14, and they had to beat us to go to the playoffs. We beat them. So it's just this league. It's week to week, and it doesn't matter who you're playing. You have to play well to win. So that's what we understand that, and we have to just go do it.
Trevor, what did you see from Bigsby today? You ran the ball and really kind of kept that offense going. You mentioned the extended drives.
Yeah, I think when you can run the ball like we did today, it's those drives are longer because it's 4, 6, 8 at a time, and it's not necessarily all the explosives down the field. We had a couple, but it's really just keeping our offense, their defense on the field, which is what you want. And for him to be able to he ran tough. Obviously, him and Dearness broke some that were great runs, but just some of the 2, 3, 4, 5 yard runs those make a difference, and just running hard, running through some arm tackles, keeping his head down. I thought he did a really nice job, and then obviously when he got his opportunities to score, he did that. So just proud of that guy. He's the same, just worked hard, and it's cool to see him get to benefit from it, and he's having a great year, and we need him to keep playing like that.
Trevor, talk to us about Coach Pederson's leadership, especially in the last week. And do you feel like this sort of mini-camp time in the UK has come at the perfect time for you?
Yeah, I think this was big for our team. We needed to win this game, and we did. So for us to understand the situation, our backs are kind of against the wall, and to respond the right way and get a win, I think that's great for our confidence moving forward. But like I said, it's we got another opponent next week, Green Bay, and we got to go put everything we can into that one to go win it. So it's short-lived. The wins and the losses are really short-lived in this league. You have to be able to move on. Same thing like I said to you guys last week. After a loss, you got to be able to turn the page and go win the next one. So that's what our minds are on. Obviously, we are going to enjoy this for a few hours. You have to. It's too hard to win this league, but we're going to move on pretty quick.
Trevor, you've been in the NFL a few years now. Drake May is just starting out his NFL journey. After being through the rookie year itself, what's the best advice you could give to him as he continues his NFL journey?
Yeah, I just told him after the game, he's a great player, and just to keep his head down, keep working. Just try to learn something every week. Don't be too hard on yourself. You got to keep your confidence. He's the leader of that team, of that organization. Honestly, when he's on the field playing, everybody looks to the quarterback, and he's a high pick, high drafted guy. Just keep his confidence. I think that's one thing. I didn't say all this to him in the short conversation I had, but just that's what I would say is there's going to be times it's going to be tested. Sometimes it's hard. I've been there. It's hard to keep your confidence, and when there's things going on around you, or the team's in a tough spot, and maybe you're not playing your best as a player, but you just have to keep going to work every day and keep your head up and lead your teammates. That's the biggest thing.
Trevor, when we see that turnover on downs, they go back up the field and score, and that can often be a momentum shift in a game. What message did you give to the guys before you came out back on the next drive?
Just to go score. Take the game back into our hands. Like you said, they stopped us. They had a big turnover on downs, and they went and scored, and we felt like we had to put together a good drive again. We still were in control. I think they went for 2 and didn't get it, so we were still up 2 possessions. So obviously you're thinking go score a touchdown, but the biggest thing, honestly, is put together a good drive, get into field goal range, and try to at least get 3 or go score, obviously, if you can. But either way, you're just extending your lead, and you're using the clock. That was in the fourth quarter. So for us, and that's what we were able to do today. We didn't have, I don't know if we had any 3 and outs. We were able to keep the clock running and Sometimes that can be a bit boring, but you want to be in control of games like that and be able to do that. So I thought it was really, really good for us.
All right, we got time for one more. It's gotta be Dean.
For the middle portion of this game, basically the second quarter and big parts of the third, was that the Jaguars team that you had expected from the get-go? Was that the maximum? Did you reach as close to your potential in that second and third quarters?
I don't think so. I mean, I still think that there's some things out there for us. I think offensively, you look at the final score and it looks like we scored a lot of points, and we did some great things. We had some great possessions and played clean football for the most part. So I am happy with it, and I'm never going to be upset with the win. But, I thought the turnover on downs was disappointing for us as an offense. You want to be able to really put the game away and go score a touchdown there and get a yard on 4th and 1, and we weren't able to do that. So that's one play. And then I think just some of the other possessions, there was a couple little things, and it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be something in every game, but just looking at it, for what it is, we got to take the good and the bad. There were some things we did great, but there was also a couple plays, some communication stuff. I might have missed a throw or two or whatever it is. You still have to look at that and get better from it. So you can't just think just because you won, you don't look at all the bad stuff. You got to really use that. So no, I don't think it's as close as we can to. I wouldn't say that's our best football, but it was good enough to win today, and that's what matters. So we got to keep finding ways to do it on Sunday.
I had a big post, and I seen that he was off, and I seen that they were playing quarters, and the safety were playing kind of low. So I knew as long as I was able to get by my man and run out of my break, I'll be open.
Well, your connection with Trevor seems to be developing and getting stronger and stronger. How pleased are you with your progression so far this season?
I'm very pleased with how our chemistry has grown and how we continues to grow each and every game. I mean, we just want to come out each and every game and just continue to get better and keep pushing just to be the best that we can be as a team.
You've taken to the NFL like a duck to water. You're on over 500 receiving yards now, I believe. How pleased are you with your development thus far?
I mean, I still got a lot of development to do. I'm still in my first year. I'm really just coming out there, just practicing hard and just trying to go out there in the game and do the best that I can do, be the best that I can be, and just taking everything step by step, putting my best foot forward each and every day, and just getting better.
Brian, there was clearly an effort to get you the ball today, get the ball in your hands, using you in the running game as well. How comfortable do you feel running the ball as well?
I feel super comfortable running the ball. I was able to play running back a little bit growing up in high school and stuff like that. So, I mean, it just kind of feels kind of normal to me, just being able to play that, just getting the ball in my hands. And I feel like I'm a playmaker. So once I get the ball in my hands, I feel like I can make a play.
Brian, you and the league have both really taken to the league well, and obviously we see lots of LSU wide receivers really throwing. Do they set you up for success in this league?
Yeah, for sure. LSU is a great school, great football, great coaches there, and I mean, just the way that we work there at LSU, I mean, that's what we pride ourselves on, just going out there and being the best that we can be each and every day, and just putting the work in, and we push each other just to be the best that we can be.
Brian, can you talk a little bit about how the team handled this early deficit? You guys haven't done a really good job of handling adversity in some of these other games.
Yeah.
Here you got a 10-0 deficit, and it just seemed like the offense went boom, boom, answered the bell with back-to-back touchdown drives.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the mindset of the team, not letting a bad start lead to something worse?
That's been the emphasis, is sticking together and playing together, just playing for one another. And, I mean, just coming out there, even though we didn't have the start that we maybe wanted, just sticking together and keep playing. It'll all fall together.
Well, when the punt return goes in from Parker Washington, the longest punt return in Jack's history,
Yeah.
actually, what does that do for the mentality of the side, and how much does that encourage your guys?
It was great to be able to see Parker do that. I mean, we were getting ready to go on offense, and just all of a sudden he just going for a 95, 96-yard touchdown. So it was amazing. Just and everybody on the sideline celebrating for him, just happy for him. So it was amazing to be able to see that.
Just getting in the rhythm and staying patient, staying calm, not getting too anxious, and waiting on the opportunities come. When they come, you got to take full advantage of them.
Tag, with Etienne being out injured this week, did you see this as an opportunity for you to claim the spot with more reps?
I just do whatever I have to do for this team to win, and my job, whatever my role is, whatever I have to do at my best ability, take advantage of the opportunities, of course, but just come out and help this team win, and that's what I try to do at my best ability.
Ted, what was kind of going through your mind early on? It's really second quarter, you guys are down 10-0.
Just staying patient, being positive to the team, the guys being positive to me, everyone spreading great energy and being patient. And then, like I said, once that opportunity come, be ready to execute it at a high level. So I feel like that's what we did when those ops came. We took full advantage of them, man. We got to keep doing it.
Tank, obviously you had a great game today. Travis Sullivan coming back. Dearness Johnson's also involved. How did you feel that all three of you complement each other?
All those good backs. Coach put us in different positions, and we just have to execute at our jobs when we get opportunity. So keep growing as a player, keep growing as a team, and keep doing what we have to do to help the Jazz win.
I've got to say, I'm loving the hat, by the way.
Thank you.
What does a win like this against Patriots, obviously away from Florida as well, do for the confidence of this team?
It do a lot. We work hard this week after we lost when the first game down. We did a lot of work this week and leaned on each other and said we got to go out and have fun. And I feel like we got back to having fun. Offense started picking it up, and I felt like defense fed off the energy. And then we felt the energy, and it just kept going. So that's the contagious thing about this game. When one side clicked, the other side will get going, and that's the best thing about it. I feel like we all clicked, and we just got to keep doing it.
Tank, you played in big games in your career in the SEC, but what does it mean to you personally to have this moment at Wembley with almost 90,000 people here, and especially that second touchdown to get in the end zone like we need?
First I just want to thank God for giving me this opportunity, honestly, and it's amazing. It feels, like you don't get too many opportunities in this National Football League. So when you get one, you have to take full advantage of them and do it at your best ability. And I felt like as we kept running the ball, that the Patriots would get tired, and we just got to keep going, and we got to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I just took advantage of those opportunities because on film it showed like fourth quarter come, third quarter come, those guys will start arm tackling and they'll start loafing. So we just did what we had to do when those ops came.
Tank, last week, not necessarily the best game on the ground. This week, massive improvement. How do you ensure that this keeps going into future weeks?
Just getting going, just going out there and keep improving every week and trying to be the best player I can be out there for my teammates, myself, and my family. Just keep doing what I can do at my best ability.
Tank, you're 2-5 at the moment, so there's like little margin for error. Do you feel with your record as it is at the moment, your backs are against the wall, and that's kind of giving you a bit more motivation?
Yeah, I feel like this is a time of adversity, and adversity shows real character. And it shows who you can be and who you are. And I feel like today showed what this team can be when our back's against the wall and when we're going through something. So let's keep going.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Tank.
Thank you.
The ball was coming your way, back up on the 4-yard line. That's usually not an area where punt returners traditionally would field a punt. But did you just feel like there was enough open space in front of you that it would work the game?
Yeah, definitely. Just going into that play, I mean, I'm knowing that that punter was he was booming him, so I knew he could outkick the coverage. I saw the opportunity, and I was just like, let's be aggressive, and it paid off, and I was glad to make that play.
Parker, the longest punt return in Jaguars franchise. How does that make you feel?
It's a special moment. It's crazy because all week talking with teammates, we're like, it's gonna happen. You're gonna get one. You're gonna score and get a punt return. I was telling some of the players, some of the coaches, I was like, I just want one. I just want one career punt return touchdown or just any return touchdown. And it was just a special moment. And even before the game, I watched a little bit of Deshaun Jackson. He's one of my favorite players. So it just inspired me, and just being able to go out there and make a play like that, it was fun.
One of the ways in London right now is celebrations, touchdown celebrations. We've had tea in the end zone from the Bears, we've had the parents out from Vikings. Talk me through your celebration, because I know it's a little way before you fell into the end zone, followed by the Kevin Hart dance in the end zone. Was that something you guys planned? Talk me through your celebration.
Yeah, it was pretty much planned a little bit. It was funny. I was out with my family yesterday, joking around. I said, if I score tomorrow, this what we gonna do. And there's like, and my auntie was like, I'm gonna do it with you. I'm gonna do it with you. So it was a special moment to just see it happen in real time and speaking into existence, and it was just a special moment.
Marco, when you do a play like that, obviously it pushes you onto cloud nine. You know, before it gets touchdown, like reference the longest touchdown in Jets franchise history. How easy is it to go back on side and sort of reset your mind to leveling out that elation, I suppose?
Yeah, just feel like it just goes back to, like you say, just your mentality. Chop wood, carry water. I mean, keep going. I mean, I about to say before this day, I wasn't starting. I had to step up. Dev went down. So it's just being ready for the moment and seizing that moment. And so going back to the sideline, it's like reset. Let's get another one. Say don't get satisfied. Chop wood, carry water. Keep going no matter what.
Did you feel the punter getting his hands on the bottom of your leg a little bit? Because there was no contact at all before that.
I mean, just in that play, it was like that's my first time ever getting that close to the snapper or even the punter. So I just knew from my mindset when I think about it, I'm gonna run through them because they don't want to tackle. So just in that moment, I just was like, let's just trust my speed, and if he tackles me, I hope he wouldn't, but I'm just gonna try and run through him or just right around him.
How would you describe the celebration? Is it a splash or a drop or what exactly was that?
Because I always do my little whatever. And in that, I was telling one of my teammates again, I said, if I get a chance and if I have room and if I get a chance, I was like, okay, I'm just going to turn around right before the end zone and then kind of do it and then get up and start doing it for real. So it was just a fun time. Just being able to have fun. I feel like that's what it's all about. Bring juice to the team the best way you can. And that momentum carried into the rest of the game. And I felt like that helped us get a win today.
That was also an international NFL record. And I think, obviously the win is the most important for you guys. The team results are the most important. But is that something a bit fun about being able to come over here and play these international games? Maybe there are some stats and some honors being to achieve from the game.
I mean, it's special. I mean, being overseas, even just being here for the last 9 to 10 days. I was out golfing on our day off, and I was like, who would have ever thought I'm golfing overseas? So it's just surreal, just special, and I just want to embrace it and just have fun with it.
Couple more.
Say, before we take another trip, any of the guys feeling homesick yet? Or this trip going?
You definitely want to stay. I would say I do miss my bed. I'm a homebody, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I love it. It's a blessing to be able to come over here each year with the Jaguars. My second time and way better experience this time for me, being able to get in the end zone and end with a win going back. Special. I mean, I'm ready to go home, but I wouldn't mind staying if this means winning. Oh, I did not know. So it's special. Oh, that's special. Like I said, it's just a special night just for the team getting us back on track. Got to keep going though. It don't stop here. We got to go back to the United States and continue to do what we do and handle business, go 1-0.
Parker, how much do you think this result can provide a spark for this team? Because some people thought that getting that first win against the Colts would do that. It didn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
What do you guys have to do to try to make sure that this momentum that keeps going is not just a one-off?
I mean, it starts in practice, starts with the preparation. I mean, we had a great week of practice, great competition. The energy was there. And like I said, I feel like an issue was translating that to the game, having that same energy, having our teammates back, picking everybody up who needs to be picked up, and just playing together. I feel like that made tonight special. And we just got to keep building on that. And I feel like that'll take us a long way for the rest of the year.
You said you've been here like 9-10 days. Last one. You said you've been here like 9-10 days. Aside from the win, what's been your favorite part about this trip to London?
I mean, it's special because my mom, she plans a trip every year. So as long as I'm with the Jags, she's here. Just being able to see her smile and have a great time overseas. it makes me smile, keeps me going. I'm excited for her to be able to have that special moment, and it makes me smile too.
Slow start, unfortunately, but we were able to get it together and just start playing as a defense. I think the pass rusher was getting the QB off his spot, and in the secondary, we had a good day in coverage.
What changed from last Sunday tonight in terms of locker room, training?
I think we just stuck to our process, allowed ourselves to continue to grow. I think being in London is a unique opportunity to get closer to each other and to really lean in. So I think there was a lot of that this week. It showed at practice and showed up today.
Andre, we just sort of overheard you a little bit talking about the records that Parker has broken in international and in franchise history. How pleased are you with him for getting that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Super happy for Parker. I think he took advantage of the opportunity today, and it was a long time coming. It seems like for him because he always is explosive on returns, but today he broke loose, and I'm super happy for him and the team.
Andre, today Hunter Henry went for like 90 yards. Last week Cole Kmet went for 70 yards and a couple of touchdowns. How would you go about shutting down tight ends in the coming weeks?
I think a lot of it is just going to be more disciplined in coverage. I think, when it became zones, they started manipulating our zones a little bit and using the tight ends and kind of, working off some of the guys in the middle and just able to kind of hit open spots on the field. So not a lack of, ability to cover at all, just, understanding what they're going to be trying to do, what's on film.
Andre, a quarterback like Drake May has an ability to make plays with his feet as much as he does with his arm. In the secondary, what shifts for you in terms of your approach when taking on a QB with that kind of skill set? Yeah,
we try to just stick to our rules. When he does get loose, you actually want to stay back because he could throw on the run, obviously. But he had a few when he escaped and got some yardage. For the secondary, honestly, it kind of stays the same. No.
Andre, what did you sense that the reaction of your teammates to your comment earlier in the week about the quick remark? What kind of feedback did you get? Did they feel like you were glad you said it, or were they put out by it? What was the general reaction?
The general reaction was, where you're talking about somebody in particular. And once that kind of cleared the air, I would say the conversations were productive. It was just along the lines of, how I felt in my personal position on the field. And obviously didn't say it how I wanted to in that moment, just raw emotion. But definitely allowed each other to just talk about it. I know some guys were just like, oh, I heard about your quote, were you talking about somebody in particular? And once I was like, nah, not at all. More so just to feel it again.
Anything else? Thanks, Andre.
Cool. Appreciate you guys.